Well, folks, Goat Games has gone and done it. They have nerfed the clan trait Ambitious. But when you click on it, it still says the same thing. So how did they do it? Well, it has to do with that new Celestial Bonds mechanic. I'm going to dive in and explain how. But first, download Gemstone Legends, a mobile RPG puzzle match game. Use the link in the description to start with free stuff, including a bonus hero. Alright, so you might have noticed this Celestial Bonds thing pop up last time you clicked on your Companions tab. And if you haven't clicked on your Companions tab in a while, do that because this is a big addition to the game. It's adding a lot of stats and skills to all the champions, which of course makes your whole roster better. In short, maybe I can save this for another video, but how this works is you click on your companion tab, click on any companion. That little gift box there is going to give you free stones for when you level up your intimacy or your charm a particular amount. Then you take those stones into Celestial Bonds and level up your skills here. Now, this is where they've nerfed Ambitious. And in this skill in particular, the one that says crit reduction 10% to 20%. But what does crit reduction have to do with it? Nothing. It's just when you level these up more, so you can see, you first have to unlock it, and then when you're at level 1, you can see what the skill ability says. This one says, when the battle starts, decreases all enemies 0 energies. Yes, I know, that's worded super weird in English. Remember, this is a translation from Chinese, so I hope they fixed the wording on this a little bit. But basically what that's saying is when the battle starts, the enemy's energy is not decreased at all. All allied champions share the same effect, but with only 60% of decreased energies. Now, what this means, the way it's worded right now, is when the battle starts, your enemy's energy is not decreased at all, but yours is decreased by 60%. So if you have Ambitious on a champion, well, it's decreased by 60%. So if I go ahead and level this up here, you're going to see what happens to it. You got to level it a couple times. All right, and you can see once we get it up, there we go. We have now, it's at level 4. You have to get it to level 4 for it to say this. When the battle starts, decreases all enemies 100 energies. Again, if we're going to reword that, it should say when the battle starts, your enemy's energy is decreased by 100, while yours is only decreased by 60%. All right, do you see how this works? And now the more that you level this, the more that your enemy's energy is going to be decreased, okay? Now, this is decreasing your own energy too. So if you have Ambitious, sorry, it is being taken away. But it affects your enemy more if you've leveled it up. But notice if you haven't leveled it up, everybody's running around now with 60% decrease to energy while not affecting the opponent. Here's the fun part, or the part that makes this actually more of a nerf than it seems even yet up to this point, is that if I decrease my enemy's energy by 100 and mine by 60%, and my opponent also levels this up and does the same thing, then all of our energies are being decreased because now I've got mine decreased by 60% and an additional 100, and so does my opponent. So this is huge. It is destroying Ambitious. Now, does that mean you should take your female Lionstone out of your lineup? Or any hero that has Ambitious for that matter? Well, I think there's different ways to answer this question. First of all, at level 4, it's probably not worth it yet to be yanking your champions out or saying that female Lionstone is completely worthless. Not yet, but I imagine if you keep leveling this up, at some point you're going to get to net 0, where basically both teams start at 0 energy because of this. So at some point, Ambitious is going to be totally worthless, I think. I'm guessing, but that looks like where this is headed. For right now, it's probably still worth it because both teams' energy is being reduced, but female Lionstone should still, with Ambitious, or any hero you've put Ambitious on, should still be a little bit ahead, right? And a little bit ahead means you're closer to your ultimate. So if you're building a team that relies on that champion that has Ambitious going off first, you're still going to want that to happen. I just imagine at some point it's not going to work, but it's still working here. It's just, instead of like the arena, for example, I don't know if you've noticed, but everybody starts with like half energy filled already, right? And now it's going to be like a quarter or something like that, like less than half anyway. And yet female Lionstone and any champion with Ambitious is still going to be a little bit ahead, so it's still going to win that race. Here's where things are really going to be impacted in matchups, is that it's going to take longer for the ultimates to go off. But the regular attacks are going to be a little bit more pronounced at the beginning. And also just some of those like more passive effects too are gaining power with this, I think, because now there's more of a chance for the Ambitious hero to be stunned or something to happen through a passive effect, where now it's taking even longer for the ultimate to go off. So there is that. Just take note of this. It is going to affect things. Ambitious is now not as good as it once was. And immediately for everybody, according to the text here, everybody's energy has just been nerfed. And Ambitious included. However, I am hearing from players who tested this, it's not working yet. So we have some time. We have some time, and then whenever we find out that it's actually working, we can see how big of an impact it's actually having. So let me know in the comments what you think about this. If you've been doing some testing, please help the community out by letting us know in the comments what that testing looks like, how impactful you think this is. We'll go from there. If you enjoy videos like this, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification, and I will catch you in the next one.